What's up, guys? Sorry I am late. And shout out to Dave Goodrich, already coming in hot. I knew this was going to be a good show. I knew it. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate the 10 bones. Definitely appreciate that. Starting it off nice. I like it. I like it. Thank you so much. Haven says, while we watch, my wife and I are shopping for houses. All right, cool. Looking into some real estate, huh? That's awesome. Good for you, man. Good for you. What area are you looking on? Hello, my people. I'm back. Quentin is back. What's up, Aiden? So in a few minutes, we'll get through because I got a little list of stuff we're gonna go through tonight and talk about. One of them being, the thumbnail and title that you guys did see. Let me see. Do I have it pulled up? Yes, I do. Okay. Or I thought I did. So, how's everybody doing tonight? What is everybody carrying? I'm carrying the Reat EXO Mini. I'm carrying the little guy. This thing is awesome. I guess if you asked me like what my favorite size was, I'd probably say the large one, but mine isn't a locking version, even though they do have a large locking version. If you want to get one, you just go into my Blade HQ link and go to new arrivals. So the new arrivals will it'll show you the minis right here. This one, there's 3 different blade shapes, and then the large version in a sheep's foot. But as far as the ones I have, I'd probably say the medium one's probably my favorite, but this little guy, there's something special about this little guy because, like I said, in the other video, the grip is a full grip. So I'm not like needing any more handle. Like I got a secure handle, and that little blade will do some damage. But also it's the most fidgetiest one. Like, you guys thought the big one was fidgety. These little ones are something else because they're there's not much blade that needs to come out. It's under 3 inches, so it's so snappy, and there's something satisfying about that. But anyways, that's what I'm got in my pocket right now, or on my hip, because I'm wearing joggers. So I told you guys I carry on the hip when I'm wearing joggers. One company, man, that holy cow, they're surprising the hell out of me is Defcon, man. It's the name. It's the name. Who thought of that damn name? That's what I want to know. I want to talk to the guy who said, what are we naming the company? And they were like, Defcon Tactical, Defcon Jungle Tactical. Could you sound any more gas station? I don't think you can. They're like the top, right? If you have the name that sounds the most gas station like piece of shit knife, it's Defcon Jungle Tactical. But like I said, they have surprised me. Not only do they have innovative locks, but they have premium quality knives that are done at a high level, a surprisingly high level. This guy right here, man, it feels like Best Tech did it. That's what it feels like. And it does have the Timascus in there, Timascus inserts, and then pivot collar on both sides. It's got tritium spots. Thinking about getting some tritium for it, but this thing's a beast. Really, really well done. And then it's got a little basher back there. And then this guy, their crossbar lock knife, also done extremely well. Titanium, I believe this one's M390. Yes, M390, and their M390 tested good. So it's like they just can't stop surprising the hell out of me, at least me personally. Now, that was one example, so I'm not going to paint the entire company and all their M390. It's 61.8 HRC, which is what they came out at. But, who said weak detemp? What's got a weak detemp? You carried the Serene today. Awesome choice. That's a great one. Ohio River Jack Sheep's Foot. Man, I need to try some of those, man. I haven't tried any. And the Renegade Gunnier. I need to try those. I haven't tried any of those River Jacks. I want to. I think I got to try some at Blade Show, but I haven't tried any of the new ones. How do you fix a weak detent on a button lock knife? Just got the Foster Raccoon and the action is really weak. So what you do is you just take it apart, and when you take apart the button lock, hopefully you're good at taking apart knives, but when you take it apart, there's a spring inside the button. Do I have a button lock sitting here? Yes, I do. So when you take it apart, there's a spring behind the button. It'll be on this side. So right there. Take it out and just stretch it a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit, and put it back in there, put it back together, and then you'll have stronger detent. Don't do too much though, because you'd be surprised how much a little goes. A little goes a long way. You'll wind up getting lock stick, and your detent will be too strong. Spyderco Manix 15V, hell yeah, with the rock scale scales. That's awesome. The Manix 2, man, it's a badass knife. It's like one of the best pocket knives ever made. I've been carrying a Wyvern. Do you have any other EDC suggestions? I have tons of suggestions. Just depends on your price range and what you're looking for. So if you're ever asking me for suggestions, give me a price range. Like, hey, I'm looking for a knife in this for this money, for $50 to $100 or $100 to $200, and I want it to be a medium-sized knife or a large. Like, yeah, give me something, because I can think of like 10,000 knives right now running through my head, and half of them probably are not good for you. It's just currently my Civivi X-Arc till my mini Paragon shows up. That mini Paragon is not very mini. I tell you, I don't know why they put that mini in front of there, but whatever. I can't have gravity knives until I'm out of Canada, but I'm super excited for an EXO. I feel you, man. That sucks, and even for me, I honestly don't carry them outside the house, but I carry them around and out and about. I almost carried it today, actually, out and about on my walk. Because I wanted to videotape it and stuff, and I'm not necessarily worried about that. But it's just the point, especially like, me being a felon and everything. If I get caught with certain things, it just looks bad, and it's my fault. So, there's nothing I can do about it. So I try to watch my P's and Q's as much as possible with that stuff, but I can still have it and enjoy it, I'll be grabbing one of those guys in a few months. Just got the brazen off your video earlier and need a new EDC. You're awesome, Rusty. Thank you for using my link. And yeah, the brazen, dude. I got it right here. Did you get the new button lock one? Is that the one you got? Because that's a pre-order one. You can get it right now for the button lock Tonto in 14C. The other Tonto that they have in a liner lock is D2. I don't know. Like, that never made any sense to me. The drop point was 14C, but the Tonto was D2. I don't know why they did that, especially Civivi. But anyways, the drop point, fire. And now that they have the Tonto in 14C, awesome. And the button lock. So, and by the way, guys, yes, thank you for using my links. I do want to let you guys know that my Neevesknives store, down in the description, down in the links, Neevesknives store, it says like sharpening supplies and whatever, that is Amazon. So if you guys are ever wanting to make any purchases whatsoever, like toilet paper, paper towels, tampons for your old lady, whatever, right? You can go into my Neevesknives store, go up to the top bar, and there's a search bar up there. You can get whatever you want from Amazon. It'll support the channel. So you don't have to, but just saying, people, I probably bought 4 things already today off of Amazon. Defcon sounds like a military call out or something, right? Since I am an old timer, I'm carrying an old timer. Hell yeah. I actually still have an old timer. I think it's from 91, and it's still in like perfect condition. It's a Schrade when they were USA made. I loved my old timer. Dave unfortunately sharpened the blade too much. Well, that's the thing. Should I grab it? I got it right here. That's the thing with buck 110s, old timers, and there's a few different kinds of old timers. Like there's the fixed blade one. This is the backlock one. It's kind of like the buck 110, but this is the thing, and this is one reason why I complain about damn plunge grinds. If you look at the plunge area, right here, you can already see it's kind of hinting towards recurving. This is hinting into go like it's going to go inward, like it's going to start dipping in here and then coming back up, and that's what'll happen. So anytime you see any buck 110s like that have been sharpened, and grandpa's had it for 10 years or 20 years and has been sharpening it on his little fucking stone, they always have a recurve on them, unless if the person really knows what they're doing and adds and takes a Dremel or a file or whatever and adds a sharpening notch there and then sharpens it. If they don't do that, it's gonna recurve, and I kind of think they look cool sometimes, just because to me it's like, I don't know, because I grew up seeing them like that, so it's like, to me now it's kind of nostalgic when I see them, but not that it's a good thing, you know. Hey, Bones, thank you, brother. Carrying my carbon fiber S90V bug out. Sup, Jared? Sup, motherfuckers? Thank you for the bones. When not carrying the Wyvern, I carry the Freeman or the one flip. Any other suggestions? What's the one flip? I don't know what that is. So I mean, the price range sounds like you're in like the $400-500 price range. If you're in the $400-500 price range, I would probably recommend something probably from, I mean, unless if you want to go USA made, I would say probably something from React. Oh, you know what? No. Just wait. Hold your horses. I'll tell you what, I know exactly what you should get, but you got to wait 2 days. In 2 days, you'll know it. You'll know it when you see it. Just stay tuned on the channel, Samuel. You'll know it when you see it. All right, you'll know it. I'm going to make it very loud and clear. I promise you, because it is fucking amazing. And I wish I could show it to you right now, but I can't. But I can't express how much I recommend this knife. Also, Jared, my wife, and it's about 330 or something. Also, Jared, my wife and I are looking at houses around Dallas or El Paso. Hell yeah. Very cool. Good for you guys. Great place to live too. Do you still recommend Spyderco stones? The ceramics? Yeah, absolutely. The Spyderco ceramics are great. They're just not sharpening stones, so don't think of them like that. Don't think of them as I'm buying a sharpening stone. You're buying a ceramic, which a ceramic's going to be for honing, burr removal, edge maintenance, micro beveling, edge finishing. Like you can use it to finish an edge, so you can come off of a medium grit stone and then polish it on a ceramic, but it's not for sharpening. So so just don't, you know, don't get me wrong, it's super useful in your arsenal. And I always say this, that a ceramic is like a sharpener's multi-tool. Oh boy, I'm here. Why are we here today? Happy we are. All right, so let's talk about this quiet carry really quick, since we have some people in here. Just Nate, shout out to Just Nate with the 5 bones. Received the Luna today. He won that from a Bang Gang Live Sharpening last Sunday. Good for you, Nate, on the win. He won it's a real steel titanium Luna Mayas. It's a large one. And what's cool about it, those, is 2 things. One, it's a backlock, but it's a backlock you can reverse flick if you just give it enough funk. But it comes with a thumb stud that, I got it right here. It comes with a thumb stud that you can put on or take off. So see that? So you can take this thing on and off. You just slide it right off. So say if you're in an area where you can't have a one-hand opening knife, it'll be like a 2-hand opening knife. However, if you're a knife guy, you can always give it a good flick, you know. So, and nobody else will know that. So it's kind of discreet. Okay, so let me bring this up really quick. So quiet carry, I seen them make a post. I reached out to them and asked them, hey man, what's going on with that damn waypoint? I see you made a post and I see there's a large waypoint. And they said, yes, it's actually been in the works for a while. and it'll be out in a couple weeks. So, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not. Hopefully I'm allowed to say that, but, you know, hopefully I'll get one on the channel. Because if you guys don't remember, what was it, like 2 weeks ago? I was saying it in a video, like, quiet, Gary, please make an XL or a large version of the Waypoint. Now, the one thing I did say in that video is please make it on bearings. I don't think this is on bearings. However, I'm freaking happy for the large version, man. I'm happy for it. So it'll be a couple weeks, but to me, man, holy shit. And you can see right there, like, to me, that looks like about the size of a Sabenza. I don't know the exact dimensions. I don't think they ever said. I think this is the only picture they've shown, and it was like sneaky the way they did it. Maybe they have other pictures and I just missed it, but it's just like out of nowhere. It's like, and people made comments because their post didn't say anything about it. Their post was talking about the drift. Like, look at this. The drift large, made for coastal environments, less than a dozen available. Drift on over to the site. So they're telling you there's some available on the site. And then everybody's like, wait a second. What about that large waypoint, man? What the fuck? How are you just not saying anything about that? So that's pretty awesome. Bluetooth. Thank you for the 5 bones, man. I knew this was going to be a good live. Thank you guys so much. Enjoying my brand new XM18 3.5 Harpoon Sponto and S45. Also anodizing my other XM18 3.5. What blade shape's on the one you're anodizing? Yeah, dude, good for you on that, man. A Harpoon Sponto. That's a badass one. Hell yeah. Good for you. Fuck yeah. Yeah, man, I love the Hinderers, man. I have my nitpicks, my bitches, you know, and stuff like that. But as far as what they are, like, just an overbuilt solid knife. And don't get me wrong, I love the super slicers. I love the crazy geometry more than most people. But damn it, man, I also still like an overbuilt fucking tank too, and that's what they are. But they're also like not so overbuilt and tank-like to where they're not useful. They're that perfect balance of toughness, strength, and you know, hard use geometry. I seen somebody ask something. Where would it go? Did you find out if you can get replacement blades? I did not. I got to reach out to them. I have not. But like I said, though, man, the way I look at it is you could just buy a whole nother knife. You know what I mean? And you can resharpen them. So personally for me, right, I wouldn't even buy new blades. I would just resharpen them. I would sharpen them for the next year or two. And then when if or when I need a replacement blade, then I'll just buy a whole nother one and start all over doing the same thing. Now, they might, I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to talk to them because they should, right? Why call it a replacement blade if you're not replacing the blades? But what's the best angle to sharpen drop point knives? It depends on the geometry of the knife. So if it's thin behind the edge, and thin, I mean under 20 thousandths thick. So if it's under 20 thousandths thick, I would say probably 17 degrees per side. If you start getting over 20 thousandths, I personally like 15 degrees per side, but 17 is usually still the happy medium. Now, if you're wanting a tough edge, like say if it's super thin, or maybe you are super hard on whatever knife it is, or it has fragile steel, then a 20-degree edge bevel for toughness. So think about it in relevance to toughness. 20 degrees is a tough edge that's still nice and slicey. 17 degrees is a balance between toughness and sliciness. It has a lot of sliciness, a little less toughness, but it still holds some toughness. 15 degrees, low toughness, but high cutting performance, high sharpness, you know, high all that, but no toughness. Missed the voodoo drop. Maybe I get the large drift when it comes out. Well, the large drift is already out. You can get that right now. You mean the Waypoint? That's probably what you meant, Aiden. Because you can get the drift right now. I think there's still some available. I'll check right here. I almost bought one. I literally had it in the cart. I had it in the cart, and the only reason why I didn't do it was because it's on washers. Not that washers isn't fucking badass, because I love washers, but I think Quiet Carry's knives on the Quiet Carry's knives on oh no, they are sold out. Yep, they're sold out. Sorry. Yep. They go. They go. Let me take this off. Yeah, I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying. I want one that's all the way to the right side. I want the one that's all the way to the right side. You're talking about that large waypoint again? That's the waypoint. That's the one we're talking about. That's the one that I want too. I have the small point. I got a lot of the quiet carries. Where's my other one? So here's the regular waypoint, right? So the new one's probably going to be about the size. This is what it looks like to me, because if you look at them close together, it looks about like that, right? So I'm going to guess that it's about the size of a Sebenza. Just a guess. So I'm guessing it's going to be like this. Maybe a little slimmer and everything, but as far as length goes. So I freaking love the waypoint. So in a larger version, that'd be badass. The 9 is the shit. Freaking love the 9. And I think quiet carry, as far as 20 CV goes, I think they do a decent job with it. Now, the thing is we're going to talk about Reat versus We Knife Co. here in a second. Their 20 CV or M390, because as we know, M390 is the same thing as 20 CV. However, M390 seems to always do better in edge retention tests for some reason. This is the hell's it called? The Drift LC with LC200N steel. This thing is so dope. But this, again, it's on bearings. So is the 9. Look at this. And that's why I wish the other ones came with bearings, because while this is snappy, it's stiff, you know, because it's on phosphor washers, which is still cool. Look at how smooth my Sebenza is, though. Watch this bitch. Ooh, that thing is super smooth. Feels like oiled glass. It is so smooth. One of the smoothest I've ever felt. Shepherd with the 2 bones. Hey, bro, 3V versus AUS 10 edge retention on the 80-20.5. 3V's gonna smoke it. Yeah, 3V is gonna outperform it by a long shot. I would say, fuck, man, it's tough. I haven't tested their 3V, so I don't know where it's really sitting, but I did have a bad experience with their AUS 10. But let's just not even talk about that. Let's just say they fixed it, because they have, right? So let's say it's good to go, right? AUS 10, you can expect about 160 feet, about 150 to 160 feet of cardboard. Sometimes less, sometimes more. It just depends. Depends on the HRC, depends on the heat treat, because there's some S35 that does that. 160, 175 feet. It just depends. But as far as 3V goes, you can expect 3V to be like S30V edge retention. So quite a bit better than AUS 10. Now, geometry is going to play a huge part into that. So like if you have one of the 80-20s, 20.5s in 3V, and then say you take another knife and that's in 3V, right? You take another knife, like something like this with very thin geometry, it could possibly outperform that 3V just because of the geometry. The thinner the geometry, the better the edge retention in most cases. Any new knives from Blade Show West that you've seen that you like? I haven't watched too many videos. The one video I did see was some of the Wii knives, but I haven't seen too many videos, so I don't know yet. I'm gonna check them out soon. I freaking love the quiet carry. I was looking at them last night. They had some G10 large drifts, but I want a large drift with knurling. Well, they had, like, I was looking at them for the past couple days. They had the bronze one up until probably today, or last night or something. Bearings get crud in them and become gritty in my use, but you can rinse them out. That's so, like, phosphor bronze washers and ceramic cage bearings, as long as they're ceramic. Okay, so steel bearings are the worst. ceramic bearings technically outperform phosphor bronze in gritty situations as far as what can be cleaned faster. So with bearings, you can just rinse it out under a sink, rinse it out under water. With washers, you have to take the whole knife apart. And if you want to watch Nero Knives does a great test with this. He does Teflon, phosphor bronze, ceramic bearings, and steel bearings, all good representations, like not shitty ones. And the best of the best is Teflon. Teflon washers beats everything. Next would be ceramic bearings and then phosphor bronze washers. Now, I do think you're right. The bearings are going to catch the crud quicker and easier. But as far as cleaning it out, you could do it will happen a lot faster with bearings. And like the same crud, if they same crud got into phosphor bronze, you're gonna have to take it apart. Yes, but if I'm not working, I'll do bearings like my KIZER drop bear. I only carry it when not at work. I don't you I mean, I'm guessing you do landscaping. So my cousin does landscaping. Every knife I give him is pretty much on bearings. But like I said, you just gotta rinse it out. Rinse it out, Big Daddy. I got the Artisan Arion and it's worth $60, but I got it for 60% off, so I paid $25 for it. Not too shabby, Jimmy. Not too shabby. I'll take phosphor bronze washers over bearings all day. A lot of people would. A lot of people would. I don't mind phosphor bronze. I prefer ceramic aged bearings a little bit more. I actually kind of wish, and it's weird to say this because 3 years ago you wouldn't have caught me saying this, but I kind of wish we seen more Teflon. And I'm not talking about the shit Teflon we see in MTEX. I'm talking about the Teflon we see in like Hinderers, like the thick, robust Teflon, the Teflon that'll, last through an apocalypse. Christian with the 5 bones. Damn it, Jared. Now I have a TKELL addiction too, thanks to your FLN. Can't wait to get it though. Yeah. I can't wait to get this damn video done, man. And I'm so frustrated right now. I finally got that other knife 90% fixed. So 10% not. I'm going to do the test on the liver still. So I'm going to wind up doing with the liver. But the thing is the fucking clock is ticking because those things only last 3 weeks. I've had it like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or something. So literally the clock is ticking. And right now it's rainstorm after rainstorm. Today rained all freaking day. I tried to go outside and film for fucking 3 minutes and it started storming. So it's like tomorrow's supposed to be somewhat of a clear day, but I can't do it. Like I have to wait till it dries up just a little bit. So hopefully I can get that video done really soon. And then I'm also waiting for my FLN so that I can test that thing and see what it's capable of. Nylotron washers are great. Yeah, that's what I meant. Have them on my Polstergeist Customs, and the action is great. Tom Mayo also uses a lot of Teflon. I have a Hinderer here right now that's on Teflon, and or the Nylotron, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and it's super smooth. Like it's really, really good. But that's the thing is that so the Nylotron or Teflon, whatever you want to call it, it holds the most amount of self-lubrication than everything else. So second would be ceramic bearings, but first is Teflon. Teflon, you don't even have to oil it. It probably do better without oil because it self-lubricates itself. What that means is that the surface of it is so slick that it's hard to get gritty. Now, of course, you can oil it and you want to oil your detent ball and stuff like that, but it doesn't require it. So it helps push shit out. So like as the crud gets in, it pushes it out. So that's why it's so good. I like Hinderers on Teflon. Yeah, I do too. I do too. They do a good job with it. Car got my manual stitch coming in the mail next week. Hell yeah. I love the blade shape. It's like my Padre. I was carrying it earlier, man. Yeah, dude. I love it. I freaking love it. Now, I can bitch about the edge retention all day. Yes, it's going to have less edge retention than you'd probably want out of M390. But it's still, man, it's still a beast of a knife. It's still badass. And you know, the action at first is subpar. When you first get it, the action is subpar, and it never gets like incredible. But what it does do is it does get a lot better. It definitely gets a lot smoother. Like mine is still breaking, and like if I grab my MSI is stupid smooth. But I have about like 3-4 weeks more flipping on it than this one, maybe even more than that. But yeah, I love the ergonomics, love the blade shape. I love how just nasty it looks. It just looks like it wants to attack something. And you know, it's a tough knife, tough lock. Bluetooth with another 5 bones. Thank you, man. The other Hinderer is a spear point. Both have minor lock stick. So if it's minor, because you have, it does have a steel lock bar insert, right? It is a tri-way, because I have one that doesn't have a steel lock bar insert. No stick though. It's great. But throw a little permanent marker on the lock face, dry it off. So put the marker on there, blow on it, put another layer, blow on it, put another layer. Do that about 6 or 7 times, like 6 or 7 layers, and then open and close it, open and close it, open and close it. Then do it again. Then do it one more time. And what'll happen is you'll get the marker on the lock and lock face, and it'll prevent lock stick for a very long time, especially if it's minor. You won't even have to you won't even be worried about it until it comes back in like 6 months. Would you say the Hinderer or Spartan Harsey is a better option for a tough, well-built knife? So that's a tough one, but I probably would. Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say Hinderer. Both, man, it's tough because both of them are super solid, man. So fucking solid. But the reason why I'm going to say Hinderer is a couple reasons. One, they use a steel lock bar insert. Now some people would argue that not having steel lock bar insert would actually make the lock stronger, and that could arguably be true. But it does make it to where you can, you know, change that out, things like that. You know, over time, over a long period of time. I think the build is, you know, is just a little, the fit and finish is just a little bit better on the Hinderer, and the geometry is actually better on the Hinderer. Granted, geometry is thick as shit on a Hinderer, but on a Spartan, it's on another level of thickness. Like it's stupid thick. Personally, for me, I have to get a regrind on the Hinderer. It doesn't make sense to me to have a Spartan with that thick of a grind, even as a hard use knife. Like maybe if you're in combat or something, you might want it that thick, but you can leave the spine thickness thick and have a thin edge. So you don't have to have a super thick edge, and that thing is just way too thick. Yeah, I'd probably go Hinderer. Thanks so much, Nees. I'm learning a lot about blade steels and how to sharpen knives. Thanks to you. Wish I had the money to give you. Oh, don't worry about it, brother. Just watch my videos. That's all I need. Watch the videos, hit the damn like button, and I love it. Tried that link. YouTube wasn't having it, but I'd join as a benchmate, even though I can't stand them. May have to do Spartan. What do you mean the link didn't work? What link? My membership link? I'm not sure what link you're talking about. Hopefully, I mean, my link should work just fine. But let me know which one you're talking about. The difference between bearings and washers is, do you want a smooth knife right now or a smooth knife in 6 months? Ooh, Chris coming in with the facts. Yeah, it's kind of that way. That's kind of true. Yeah. Phosphor bronze washers take time. Over months, they break in. Over months, they get very smooth. But at first, they're usually pretty tight. But as you can rush it, though. So what I always do is, like, if I really want to rush it, I just take it apart and I take the washers and I put it on a ceramic, Spyderco ceramic, a multi-tool. I put it on a Spyderco ceramic and then polish it. Put it on a strop, do the same thing, and I get it to where they're polished as much as possible. Then put them in, and I make sure I clean the surface and everything and do all that stuff. And then the detent ball, if you really want to break in a detent ball, I'm not telling you to do this, but if you have a detent ball, because in many cases the grittiness of action is not the bearings. In a lot of cases it's the detent ball. In most cases the smoothness has to do with the detent ball. So what you do is you unlock it, and now the detent ball's on the blade, right? Squeeze it. So now I'm going to apply pressure. So as it goes back and forth, I'm going to open and close it like 1,000 times, literally like 1,000 times, just like this, with a bunch of pressure. And what's happening is I'm breaking in a detent path. So then after a while, what will happen is it'll get stupid smooth. But you know, that's if your detent ball's not broken. And most detent balls don't need that. Gorilla says, I met a local custom knife maker today using okay steels, but crazy handle materials. Hadn't seen Kevlar or fire hose micarta before. No shit. That sounds dope. Kevlar micarta and fire hose micarta. Sign me up. Yeah, with some of those knives, man, they don't need to use these high performance premium steels. They just don't. It's not like, I understand why you'd want it on your Spyderco, but on some, unless if it's just for bragging rights or whatever. But if you're planning on using it, then that makes sense. But for some of like these nice knives, like when they're really nice, it's kind of an art piece. Yeah, it's good to have a quality steel, good quality heat treatment, but you don't have to go to another level of crazy because it's probably not going to be used like that. I'm not saying you're not going to use it. I'm just saying you're not going to go and grab that to cut your cardboard up. You're not going to go grab that to go do your construction. You're not going to go grab that to break down, you know, your recycling and shit. I think DLT Trading plays with the knives I buy from them because I got a CRKT Sabenza already broken in. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you get them and they're really smooth. I have felt some brand spanking new. My buddy got one and I couldn't believe how smooth his was right out of the box. But some of them I felt it's like, whoa. It's almost like you're like, you know, but they do break in very nice like though. Lux says, a lot of custom knife makers, they usually use CPM 154, which is still a good steel, but they use it because it finishes the best. And yeah, it's so easy to grind and polish. Like even with me with sharpening, right? CPM 154, I could polish so fast because the steel is so fine grained that it just does, like, it's so easy. It's easy to sharpen, easy to go through your grip progression, and then it's very easy to get the scratches out. So when you finally are getting to your polishing stones, it fucking polishes like a dream. However, that's also the downfall to it. It polishes too good. It polishes literally the microscopic teeth out of the apex that you actually want. And I'm specifically talking about polished edges, not just blades, because it's a great steel. I'm just saying I personally wouldn't put a polished edge on it because of that reason, because the teeth are just gone because it polishes out so easily. But for that same reason, when they're grinding it, it grinds really easily. They can put these nice finishes on them. And it's from what I hear, you know, like a lot of custom knife makers just love working with it because it's a joy to work with. And sometimes that's a good thing because you'd rather have a steel that they are super comfortable with and that is a great experience for them to do rather than something that's a fucking nightmare. You know what I mean? Because think about the results, right? Fire hose micarta came from the local fire station. No idea where the Kevlar came from. Probably from the local police station. Bulletproof vests. Yeah, right, exactly. That's what I would assume. I could see joining. Needs is a legit dude. Always enjoy his content. Thank you, landscaper. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, and I love that you're a landscaper, man. Salute to all the blue collar, hardworking motherfuckers out there, because I think it's so important to our society to have just working men, you know, out there, you know, busting ass, you know, doing the sewers, doing the electrical, doing the plumbing, doing everything. And our infrastructure, everything we rely on relies on the backs and the shoulders of men. And I applaud the men that do it. I mean, I did it my whole life. So, I know the feeling of not know, like looking at the end of the day, like it's a year away. I know the feeling of having your shoulders bleed from carrying stuff and it's still morning time, so, God bless those men. Jared is where I go to when I want a knife so bad, but my wife says, no, stop watching that son of a bitch. Silvano, been a member for 5 months. Shout out to him. Received my Kunwu Tao 2 in Vanex. Hell yeah. Yeah, Kunwu, man, they do a really, really good job. Shout out to Kunwu. I love that they're using the different steels. They're using Vanex, which is really cool. And they're doing their best to get the right heat treat on there, which I also appreciate. Tyler just became a YouTube member. Shout out to him. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you so much. Not tomorrow, but next Sunday we will have a members live, and yeah, so I'll see you next Sunday. And if you are, just so you guys know, whoever's a Rockstead can get one-on-one sharpenings with me, where it's just me and you personally. What is your top 3 favorite steels for EDC? K390, K390 crew wear. And the third one is tough for me because it just depends. But I love the 15V. I love Vanex. I'll just say Vanex. MagnaCut. I love MagnaCut. So maybe MagnaCut, as long as it's heat treated well. My wife loves you, though, brother. You keep our wallets sane. Shout out to your lovely wife. Agreed. As a railroader, it's always refreshing to talk to someone that works with their hands. Yes. Yeah, man. It's and it's not saying anything bad about the men that don't, because we need them too. We need all men. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. If you work in an office building or if you work with your hands, it's all vital to our, moving forward. But because so like when I think about, labor and stuff, like I did it my whole life in every type of field you can imagine. So that's what I relate to. So like when I watch like these videos, where they're talking about the working men in society and all those things, and just like are saying like things, whether they're good or bad, it's like those are the things that go through my head that bring a tear to my eye. Is the hard working construction worker that's like literally going through fucking war to get to the end of the day. K390 15V and I have an affinity for Terravantium. Terravantium is pretty dope. I don't want to talk shit about Terravantium. I did do an edge retention test on it, and yeah, the stuff's pretty solid. I was actually surprised. I honestly thought it was kind of a hoax before I tested it. Not that I was like, obviously I did the test and it proved me wrong, but I was kind of ready for it to just, shit the bed. But it actually does a lot better than you would think. And the thing is that it's not, you can't test it the same way though. And even though that's the way I tested it, I said in the video where I did the edge retention test that this isn't the right test for this stuff. This stuff needs to be tested the exact opposite. So like normal knives, right? Say if I tested this, right? I would test this. I would cut in a 1-inch section for so long until it stops slicing cleanly through paper. That would give me a general idea of how long it's going to cut, right? But with Terravantium, you want the toothiness. So while it might not be shaving paper super clean, that's actually the type of edge you want. You want that toothy, ridiculously sharp edge. So what it should be is like, it should be the opposite. Like when it not when it starts shaving paper, but I don't know. But like basically you'd have to test it in a different way because the edge retention was basically around 14C edge retention as far as what it holds for compared to regular knife steels. But like I said, you can't compare it because at the same time, while it might not have been cutting through paper cleanly, it was getting toothier, right? So as I was doing the test, it just got toothier and toothier and toothier and toothier. So what happened was it made it to where in the end, it probably would cut rope and things like that even better than when it first started. So, it's a weird material. I still can't decide between the Echo or the Pirate Echo. go with the Echo. The Echo's the shit. Both are great, though. Both are awesome. I can relate to the hard work, bouncing in gentlemen's clubs and playing poker for a living is some backbreaking shit. Sure. What's up, neighbor? Where the heck is he? There he is. Apex Alchemy. Shout out to him. Go and check out his channel. He was actually live earlier, and we were talking about fragrances. He's actually really into fragrances. He actually makes some of his own, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I think that's awesome that we have somebody in the community that's into that stuff. I know there's a lot of people in the community. Like I've talked to a whole bunch that are into fragrances. So, but it's cool, to have somebody that's also willing to talk about it. Do I have a PO box? No, I don't. I just have an address. You can contact me. I'll give it to you. Did you see that new QSP Canary folder? Looks awesome. Love the broad blade and smaller size. I have it. Yeah, it's a good one. It's bigger than the it's bigger than I got the neck knife right here. It's bigger than this one though. By quite a bit. So it's a medium-sized knife. This would be a small knife. So yeah, no, it's cool. It's pretty damn cool. I was a bouncer 2 years ago, but I'm one of those men who needs their hands dirty. My dad was a bouncer. My uncle had a bar. My dad was a bouncer when I was a kid. He also still did construction and everything. But my uncle having the bar, and them doing their business, needed a bouncer. Is this live chat going to be posted? I missed price range and size of the Aurora drip. Aurora. This will go. Yeah, you'll be able to rewind and everything. You can rewind right now, but later on you can watch it anytime you want. Fast forward, skip through. You just can't fast forward right now because we're live. And I do want to ask you guys something. Are you guys getting ads during my lives? Because it's something switched in my thing. Normally, when I would turn on monetization, there would never be any sign of people getting ads during my lives, but all of a sudden now it's saying like something different, and it's not me. I'm not doing it. It's just saying it. So I can probably turn it off maybe, but I'm just not sure because the way it's worded is fucking weird. I want to shit. Where the hell did it go? Landscaper says, I want to send you my rock wall so you can see how terrible the lockup is and if you could fix it. I tried to contact them several times with no response. Tactile will fix it. They got good warranty service. Just call their factory, man. Just call them right on the phone. Call them, or I know you said you tried to reach out, but just literally call their phone. You can literally get them on the phone. I don't know what the problem is, but I guarantee they'll fix it. Any knife can have problems, right? There's going to be a lemon here and there with any damn knife. I've had 4 or 5 rock walls, and all of them have been super solid. None of them have had problems. So, I'm not saying I've seen other people's have problems though. So I would say just send it in. They'll fix it. Not sure what I could do. I don't know what the problem is. So, got my hands dirty. You see some of them chicks after closing when the lights come on. I bet you did. No ads. Good. Okay. No ads for me. It's usually right. Yeah. So before to after is where it's supposed to be, but it's not supposed to be during, unless if you're rewatching it later. If you're rewatching it later, of course you're going to get ads. But during you shouldn't. But it says when I'm like going into my thing, it says that ads during live stream. And I thought that was weird. Tactile's warranty repair service info is on their site. Follow their directions and you can send it in without contacting them. Bang! Thank you, Luck. There you go. Thank you, Todd. Yes, there's my Neevesknives store sharpening supplies. So that is the Amazon affiliate link. I have sharpening supplies in there that I recommend along with other knives. I do need to redo the site. I need to take down all the knives that are in there and put new ones up. But as far as the sharpening supplies goes, all of the sharpening supplies in there is the stuff that I do recommend. And then you can find other sharpening supplies like the Neevesknives and things like that from the HAPSTONE link. But that's the link that if you look at the top of the, after you click on it, it has a search bar. That's Amazon. So you can search for whatever you want. You can get screws, nuts, bolts, toilet paper, whatever. There's going to be a mini pyrite soon. I did see that. I did. I think I might have one coming. Pretty sure Carol picked out some colors the other day. Hey Jared, what has your tree display behind you been empty for? I took it down because it was making me nervous. To be honest, so having the knives up there, right? Listen, I've been stabbed too many fucking times, right? So having the knives up there, it's just like I'm constantly paranoid in that corner. I'm talking about like my brain doesn't stop fucking thinking about it because I'm just waiting for the day one of them falls and stabs me in the foot, or like one time one fell and I went to catch it because it was closed, right? It was closed. And as it was falling, I went to catch it and it popped open right at the last second and got me in the got me good too, real good. So I'm gonna probably move it to a safer area where I don't have to worry about bumping it or touching it. I love the thing, and also I can also turn it the other way. I don't have to leave it upright. Shout out to Patrick, man. He's the one who did that, and my rock stud one up there. That thing is dope as shit. I love these things, but I just need a better place. I was checking out. I don't think I'm going to do it, but I was checking out some studios, not like studio apartments, but like places for a studio, like for me to set up like podcasts and stuff. It's a place where you can rent like an office space, and they have like all kinds of stuff. They have a gym there. They have like a place where they cook food, all kinds of shit, and all that shit comes with it if you rent there. And they have all different sizes. They even have like warehouses from like 500 up to like 3,000 square foot. So what I was thinking about is if I got one of those, I could rent it out, pay monthly, and literally transport everything over there. Do all my filming there, do everything. I know it's great being able just to wake up and do it in your house, but it also is a little nerve-wracking and frustrating sometimes. So it'd be nice maybe, and then that way when I'm there it'd be different. Like I could have guests and things like that. I don't have to worry about people knowing my home address and stuff if I have guests come on the show. But I don't know, and like I keep saying, I'm starting another channel. I just been a dumbass and been too lazy, which is crazy for me to even say because I am not lazy. So I just need to do it, but that will require or will eventually have probably guests and stuff on it. My wife and I have made a decision. Dallas, Texas is where we're moving to. Good for you. Me and Kara thought about that too. Then we wound up settling on Florida, but then we still haven't done it. Jared, did you get that third-party arm from Worksharp Pro? It's on the way. You're talking about the stone holder attachment? I got the one from Etsy, but I have the one coming from HAPSTONE right now, so it should be here in a few days or something. That one's an aluminum one, and if that's what you're talking about the stone holder. Brand new to sharpening. Thoughts on Spyderco's Sharp Maker? So the Sharp Maker is going to be for tuning your edge, not for sharpening. So I would never use that for sharpening my knife. It would just take entirely way too long. But for tuning your edge, maintaining your edge, honing your edge, that's what it's for. Same thing with like a ceramic rod. All right, I have tons of ceramic rods and ceramic plates and things like that. Those are all for maintaining an edge and tuning an edge and things like that. But when I need to sharpen, I'm not going to pull that out. I'm going to pull out a diamond plate or a stone of some sort. So I would recommend if you get it, that's fine, get it. But there's a lot of other things you could get to do the same job. But yeah, it's cool. It'll work good, but don't expect it to sharpen your knives. Landscaping, my Maverick wasn't centered. I sent it back and Tactile sent me a new one. I sent a note explaining what was wrong in a nice way. Very cool. Oh shit, I hope you like that heat. I'm in Denton and we had about a month on over 100 degrees. It gets over 100 degrees even here in the Chicago area, It usually doesn't stay over 100, but you know, it'll creep over 100 and then go back to mid 90s and over, you know, it'll go back and forth, but it's very short period of time though. So ceramic and leather strops serve same purpose? No. So a leather strop is, so there's three different things, right? You have your sharpening, you have your honing, and you have your stropping, right? When you're using your knife, right, and you've used it a few times, it's not dull yet, but you've been using it, you tune it up on a strop. Well, when the strop stops working, instead of going right to a full sharpening, you hone it. And basically, honing it is just adding new micro serrations to the edge that the strop can't do anymore. It's been doing it, right? It's been doing it, but now it's to the point to where, in order to apex, to re-apex your edge, it needs a little bit more metal removed than what a strop can do. So then you move to the honing. And then with honing, once that stops working, then you go to sharpening. So that's kind of how it works in just like a quick way to understand it. But no, stropping is used for multiple different things. Same thing with honing, or like stropping. You're going to use it for after you sharpen. So when you come off of the sharpening stone, you're going to use it to clean your burr off. With honing, you're going to also use it to like deburr in some ways, but you're still going to use a strop. So there's just different ways to do it, but they all kind of work together, you know. But yeah, it's not the same. It's just the same. It's kind of the same result to some extent, but it's also still different in a way too. We basically have zero knife laws in Alabama. That's where I need to go, is Bama. Go meet up with my buddy Bama. What's good, everyone? How's your Saturday going? What's up, Joseph? I'd be nervous. I'd be nervous having all your equipment and knives somewhere besides right where you can protect it. Somebody robs that secondary location. Yeah, but no, this is like a secured building. Nobody would even know it. Like, you understand, this is a massive, massive building. Like, it has like fucking face recognition shit. Like, it's pretty legit. So I wouldn't really be worried about that. Just to find the damn thing would be an absolute maze. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And in most scenarios, I would say the same thing. But a place like this, I wouldn't be worried about that. Does a leather strop work for M390? My Chavez Redención is dull, but I don't think it needs a full resharpening. So if it's dull, it probably needs a sharpening. But yes, it does work for M390. So what I'll say is, if you still have a factory edge on it, you're going to want 6 to 12 micron to strop it. Because like if you only have like 1 micron or half a micron, it's probably not going to do much. If it's, you know, fairly dull. So if you want the best case scenario, between 6 and 12 micron should cut in, you know, some new micro serrations on your edge. Now, like I said, honing would be the way to go though. If you could hone it, you take a couple passes per side on a ceramic or a couple passes per side on an ultra fine stone of some sort, then strop it. Worksharp Professional Precision Adjust or the KME sharpener system? I'd say the Worksharp. And the reason why is, one, you can get the stone holder attachment now through my link down in the description, the HAPSTONE link. You can get the 6-inch stone holder. So once you get that, it's just as good as a KME, if not better. Well, it's better. No, it's better. And the reason why it's better is because now you can use any stone you want, just like the KME. However, you're doing a 1x6. A KME is only a 4-inch stone. So the way it comes without even getting the stone holder, the Worksharp's going to be better. So once you add in that stone holder, now you can use any stone you want. Yeah, the Worksharp for sure. And it comes with everything you need. So you just buy that system. You don't have to get anything else. You have everything you need. Anything else you get is going to be because you want to. Makes sense. Was missing the ceramic honing after strop wears off part. You demand, doggy. No problem, Bob. No problem. Oh, wow. Seems logical. Says his mailman got robbed yesterday right at the end of my block. They took the master key the mail carrier carries, and I thought I lived in a safe neighborhood too. Yeah, that can happen anywhere though. And the thing is that, like, as somebody who, you know, has been down that road, if you have detailed information on something, you know, you like if you know something that's being delivered, dropped off, or is somewhere, you know, then obviously, you know, um sometimes you're gonna get it by any means necessary, you know, for certain things. So yeah, yeah. It sucks. It does suck, but that's why you got to be you know, vigilant and, you know, watch your six for sure and pay attention to your surroundings and actually, you know, even with us, right? Right now, I'm in a really good area. My brother-in-law pulled into a gas station, got out of his car, and somebody stole his fucking car. Then got into a cop chase, and the cops stopped chasing him because they don't chase people anymore if they run because they don't want to because it'll just cause people to get hurt. So what they do is they just back off and they get them later. But it's like everybody's gonna run, right? Who's gonna stop? Oh, I got a stolen car. I'm just gonna stop. Fuck no, they're all gonna run 100%. But it's crazy because, you know, you would think in this neighborhood you could just leave your car running, you know, but the thing is that it's not far away from bad areas. You know, like where I grew up, it's like 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away from here. So it's very, you know, it's very close to bad areas where people are going from there to here because people are more vulnerable. You know, there people are watching their six, locking their doors, doing this, doing that because they expect it. But in other areas, they don't, so they're like more likely to be able to do, you know, damage. Situational awareness, yes, exactly. Situational awareness 100%. I want to like them, and if they fix my knife, I will be able to support an American manufacturer again. I am eyeballing that Maverick. Any issues with them? So yeah, there's some issues with it. I would say if you're gonna get one, get the titanium one, but they do have a micarta one at Urban EDC that looks dope. The regular one with the black micarta is not like micarta, it's more like G10, but the action is just, you know, not desirable. The action is kind of sloppy. So unless if you don't care about action, the action kind of sucks. The knife is great. I did do it. Watch my review. I have a full review on it. I have a full review and an edge retention test. What knives are you on the lookout for? Well, now the waypoint is for damn sure. The one I already have here. Um, what's another one? I'm always interested in anything Riat's coming out with. Um, and Spyderco. Oh, I also got something here, but I can't tell you what it is. But it's a USA made company that hasn't made a knife in a little while, and I'll be showing that pretty soon. My Manix 2 will slice through a heavy winter coat. So will my 9, my 40, 45, and the AR, etc. There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's better to be prepared for everything, right? You don't want to be limited to one thing. I mean, back then I would keep running. Now I would, of course, stop, obey, and all that. Well, I would too, but if I've already stolen a car, I'm not. If I've already stolen a car, I am not fucking stopping. I not like hell. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop when I crash, but I probably won't. I'll probably get away because they're gonna stop chasing me because it's gonna become too dangerous. But that's because I'm in a stolen car. But if I'm not in a stolen car, of course I'm gonna stop now. The only reasons why I ran in the past was because I had warrants, so I was going to jail. 2, I had something bad. 3, I thought I could get away. Stuff like that. And many times I did. So it made it to where, you know, after you get away a few times, it kind of makes you more cockier and more cocky. You know, I spent, I don't know, like 6 months running from the cops weekly, if not daily. And so once you're that far deep in, you're not going to just like stop, you know, you're going to keep going because now you're too deep. Like I said, uh, Jared, do you know what the sharpest thing in the world is? Yeah, my damn knife. and my brains. Dude, my Spyderco are up to the task. All of them. Spydercos are usually up to the task. Yeah, I was addicted to the adrenaline back then. What rush? Yeah, that's what originally got me like really getting into a lot of trouble was the adrenaline. I was high octane, just always doing like shit that it'd scare the shit out of you. And it's stupid because you'd be so scared, yet you'd keep doing it and you'd go back. And like after, like, say you got away with it, and you'd be like, thank God. And you'd be like almost thinking, like, I can't believe I did that. I was so stupid. But then you'd wind up doing it again because it's kind of like bungee jumping or sky coasting, some stuff like that, where like, it's just a pure adrenaline rush. Um, and that's another thing, I was addicted to that stuff too, bungee jumping and shit. So yeah. Once you get a taste of it, if you depending on your mindset, you're gonna crave it. And I just, yeah, I guess I was just, I was so ballsy. My balls are too big and my brains weren't big enough. Dude, my spider, I read that one. I'm no angel, trust me. I appreciate you sharing your backstory with us, although not necessary. It shows the caliber of individual you are. Thank you, landscaper. I appreciate that. But just so you know, I had to. One, I knew this was last year or something like that. I knew eventually somebody was going to look me up, right? And so I knew that. So, but when I started the channel, within like a few weeks, I was honest about it. Like I literally was saying it from the very beginning. As soon as I started going live, I talked about my past, and I did that. And I said it even then, that I'm doing this because I know in the future, I do not want you guys coming back saying I lied to you, saying that like I wasn't honest with you. I'm not the person I'm saying I am. I'm a different person, blah, 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 blah. Right. So, in order to prevent that, I said it, right? Lo and behold, last year somebody posted my record in the comments. So, in one of the videos. So, but luckily for me, it was like, joke's on you, motherfucker. Everybody knows, you know. So, I didn't even take it down. I just left it because it's like, I've already said most of the things in there I talked about. So, I hear you there, brother. It's funny how the older you get, you tend to grow out of the stupid shit, right? It comes with age. It does come with age. It comes with age. And then also, I think, obviously age and knowledge and everything, but I think, I don't know, for me, like I just never thought like I'd live past a certain age. So it was almost like, but then once you realize, like, man, I got a long life ahead of me. I don't want to do it being a paraplegic. I don't want to do it with one eye. I don't want to do it in prison. I don't, you know what I mean? And so you start thinking about life a lot different. I just think it's just times, just like women, they have their stages and steps. So do men. I was a stupid ass teenager, bottom of the line. So, I did want to talk about Riat's M390 versus Knifeco's 20CV. Now, I want to be clear, I do not have many examples of Wii's 20CV's edge retention tests. So, I'm going off of a very narrow bit of testing, right? Hopefully somebody will do another one. So if somebody has a channel that wants to do a controlled edge retention test, you can watch the channels that do them, copy what they do, and do a cardboard cutting test on Knifeco's 20CV. You have to know how to sharpen though, so you have to sharpen it up a few times and all blah blah blah. Anyway, so maybe I'll do one soon, but their edge retention for 20CV, this was on not too long ago, like last year, the year before. It did not do well. 60 HRC. It's 60 HRC. It got 217 feet of cardboard. Now, I've tested some off camera that did a lot better than that. So this is an example that was shown, was tested. With mine, I didn't record it or anything. So me talking about it, I could be lying. So there's no reason for me to even say it. However, Another one from We Knife Co. with their M390 did 309 cuts of rope. So just to give you a little bit of an idea. Now, Riat's got between, and this is M390 now. Riat uses M390. We Knife Co. uses 20 CV. Now, in most cases, M390 does do better than 20 CV as far as edge retention tests go. And Riat got between like 400 and 650. So, like, because there was a few tests. So, you could basically say between a good quality Riat M390, like most recently, is going to get about 5 to 650 feet. So, it's gotten as low as 350, you know, but that was older models and stuff like that. Now they seem like they're doing a lot better with their stuff, and they're also heat treating between 61 and 62. So that's also going to show that. Now, even at 60 HRC, it still did like 605 or something like that, 600 and something feet. So very, very, very good when it comes to M390. Now, that was Riat. Now, with We Knife Co., what's the deal? Why is theirs so much lower? So there's a couple reasons. One, it's the 20 CV. 20 CV does not do usually as good as, even though it's the same steel. One's Bowler, so it's probably because Bowler's doing it. But anyways, I think that one, obviously they need to up their HRC, but I do think that that test, you know, sometimes there's just lemons, right? You can have two knives, both at 60 HRC, and one does a lot better than the other. So maybe that one was a lemon. Like I said, we need some more tests. I don't want to paint We Knife Co. with that entire brush without having like 3 or 4, because if we did that, we could do that with Riat too. And if we did that with Riat, we wouldn't be even close to 400 feet. It'd be like 350 feet. See what I mean? But since we have multiple tests, we can see, oh, you know, they do, they're good. Their stuff does get better. Hey, what's up, Bama? Shout out to Bama, my brother. Are these steels being tested with the same blade geometry between them? Well, no, you got to take what you can get. You know, it's just, you know, don't, hey, Spanky with the 10 bones. Don't sweat the petty stuff. I don't pet the sweaty stuff either. Stay up, Jared. Forget the haters. Shout out to you, Spanky. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the 10 bones. As far as blade geometry, no, blade geometry is going to be different. You know, you're going to have to base that off of, you know, just what it is. But, you know, after enough tests are done, you can see the difference. And usually thinner geometry is going to cut longer than thicker geometry. So, you know, if there's a knife and has thicker geometry and it gets decent results, if it was thin geometry, it probably gave him better results. So, is there a way to test hard use retention that's somewhat standardized? Yeah, with impact, but the thing is that what you have to do is you have to get a weight. You get the knife and you put it on some sort of device. So you clamp it in a device like an arm, and then it gets bent back and it goes bam, and it hits something. So it goes bam, bam, and you can measure how much weight until the impact starts doing something. That's one way you can do it. But other than that, you know, you can cut specific things and see if it damages the edge. So yeah, there's some ways. It's not as controlled though, and it's not going to be as accurate as an edge retention test. Chef Jared did a giveaway with Rockstead. Yes, I did. I've given away Rocksteads, Hinderers, Shurogorovs. We've given away just about everything. Fuck, man. We've given away, I think last year we added up like, I don't even want to say the number, but it was like close to like $30,000 in knives we gave away. Especially because we had some donations of some knives from shout out to Mr. Amazing, who donated fucking insane knives to give away, which is just absolutely crazy, man. I'd look at the Rockstead tier. 1-to-1 sharpening info would be decent for me. Yeah, sign up, and just get a hold of me on email, and we will set up a session, and we'll do like an hour and a half or something. Sharpening. I've helped some other people out. One guy, he was just learning how to sharpen. He wanted, the first time we did it, and we've done it a couple times, but the first time we did it, he had and I don't know if he's in here or not. Shout out to Dan, but he got the best edge that he had ever gotten that day. At least that's what he said. And it did really good, you know, but it's easier when you can sit there and watch somebody. You can say, hey, twist your, you know, stop doing this or start doing this, or, you know, concentrate on this or whatever. Sharpest thing in the world is a fart, Jared. Won't even leave a hole in your britches. I just picked up an XM18 slicer. Really hollow. Not be the grind. Hollow? It must be reground. Huh. You can get it reground with a hollow grind if you want, though. For an edge retention test, blade geometry doesn't matter. Only edge angle. Blade geometry only tells you how easy a blade slides through the cardboard. It actually does matter. It does matter. It definitely does matter. And edge angle too. Obviously, edge angle, that's geometry too. But no, like if I take a fucking knife that's as thick as a Hinderer, right, and I take a knife that's thin like this knife is going to stay sharp longer. And it's just, I can show you exactly why. It's really simple. And it has to do with the edge geometry too. But as steel wears off, this is going to be thick way before this will be, because this is so thin. So that's the reason why. And, you know, even with like, you know, if it's a thick edge and you do a low angle, obviously the edge retention is going to go up because the thinness behind the apex goes up or goes down or whatever. But geometry always plays a part. It always plays a part. It's also going to play a part in toughness, you know. So obviously that you don't want, like, it's not that you want the sliciest thing in the world always. In many cases, that might be the worst fucking thing for you. You might want to sacrifice, you know, a little bit of slicing performance. And that is another thing. That's mostly what does happen, though, is like you said, it slides through a lot better, which results in cleaner cuts, which also results in less damage to the edge because it's slicing through cleaner. A lot of things. It doesn't heat up as much. Also, it doesn't because one thing that I noticed, like for a lot of edges, as far as wearing off a lot, you know how like when you're breaking stuff down and you leave like the shit on your blade, like the tape and stuff, if you leave that shit on your blade, it makes your edge go duller faster. You know, and with it, when it's thicker, that builds up more. So if I have a thick knife and I'm cutting up boxes, that the tape that gets stuck to it is going to be a lot worse on something thick, and then it's going to be even worse cutting through something, and then the edge is just going to get that much worse and that much worse. That's why I always say clean your shit off, clean your knives off, clean them off with alcohol, soap and water, whatever, but clean them off, make sure they're dry and make sure they're clean. It's not a hollow. That was Cole's language. You can put a hollow on it though for like $60. Excuse me. No matter if you start freehand or start with a sharpening system, there is still a learning curve. Yes, no matter what you choose. Jared's vids have helped tons of people get a great edge on their blades. Yes. It definitely you definitely have a learning curve no matter what. That's why I said that rolling system is like the best system for people that can't learn. And what I mean is like I keep saying, your grandpa, your grandma, your aunt, people that are not going to get a fixed angle system and learn. Like you can think of probably 100 people right now in your head that will never, ever, ever learn how to use a knife sharpening system, even if they had one. You could give them a knife sharpening system, they would never learn it. The roller is that's for them, because you could literally hand it to them and they could do it without a problem. And then you can easily show them how, you know, this is a burr, you know, they'll feel it. It'll be so easy. Like it's the easiest way to sharpen a knife is with the roller. And that's what you're paying for. That's what that little bit of money or the extra money is for. It's for you to not have to spend a year learning, because if you gave them a fixed angle system, it would take them months of learning, and then after months they might not even have a super good edge. They'll just be pretty good. Also keep your weenie clean. That's definitely important. You definitely want to do that. Definitely want to do that, especially if you're wanting anybody to touch it. Me included on sharpening. All right. Sign up. Todd, I really did. Zach and I triggered him and I won 2 in a row. What's up, Dean? Shout out to Dean. Landscaper says I clean off my knives once a day at the very least. Acetone on the steel, or I'll use a public restroom somewhere and wash my sunglasses and knife. Never thought to rinse bearings though. We'll try it. Yeah, you obviously want to make sure after rinsing them out, you blow it out really good. Don't let water sit in there. That's why oil, if you have, to be honest, you should have a little pack. If you're carrying a knife around, you should have a little pack that has a T8 driver, T6 driver, some oil, maybe even like some alcohol or some alcohol wipes to clean it off. Just a little tiny carrier of stuff to preserve your knife, to treat it good. Because if you're buying MTEX, you're not going to be worried about that. But when you're buying high quality knives, it's just like if you have a high quality nail gun or a high quality saw, right? You're not going to take $1,000 saw onto a job site and just fucking let it get tossed around and not oiled and not this, not that, and just let it just go to shit, right? You're going to take care of it because it's an expensive tool that's making you money and it's going to last a lot longer as long as you do take care of it. So same thing with your knife, let me scroll. Good thing is here nobody knows shit about sharpening, and I get lots of knives to practice, and they pay me for it. That's what's up, Dennis. You know what? I mean, shit, man. Run it, right? Run it. Be the sharpener. Yeah, man. These Defcons are the shit. Did I put them down in the description? I don't know if I did, but you can watch my Defcon video. I do have them linked there. Let's check out their site really quick. I want to check out what else they have. We're going to check them out because this thing, look at this thing. This is a pivot lock, all right? It's like a button, except for it's hooked to a liner. It has a leaf spring in here. So when you push it, it pulls the liner in. See that? Making it a strong button lock with a perfect detent because it's the same detent as a liner lock. Brilliant, right? Fucking brilliant. It works great. Nice and slim, nice and sleek, kind of like a gentleman folder, but also, a very capable knife. Has spots for tritium, multiple forms of deployment. Look at this. That front flipper is so easy to use, whether it's for your thumb or your pointer finger. Doesn't matter. And then it's got a regular flipper as well. Let me pull that up really quick. What's crazy is their name, man. Their fucking name gets me, man. All right, let me pull this up. Share screen. There you go. Bang. So you can see they got ballies. They got some ballies. Here's the gravity. This thing is dope. They got it, that one in different colors. You can see it right here. They got black and then some sort of anodized one with a pattern on it, and then plain. Now what I didn't know, when I should have said it in the one video, but let me see if I can find it. They have this knife right here. Look at the different colors this thing comes in. It comes in blue, but if you look at it, it has a pattern on it. See that? I didn't know that at first. And then they have another color too. Right here. And this one has the pattern too. Or they have plain. So that's kind of cool. $200 too. That's awesome. The fulcrum, man, $200. That not bad, especially considering it has a unique locking system that works really, really well. Like they did a great job with it. And then this guy, no, not that guy. Where's the guy I'm looking for? Right here. This guy's really cool too. For $225, it's got a crossbar, titanium. Do you know 5 years ago to get a titanium crossbar lock knife was like unheard of? Benchmade was the only place you'd really get it from. Unless you like super cheap Chinese knockoff shit that didn't even work good. But this is awesome to get a high quality crossbar lock knife with premium materials done at a high level. Defcon is awesome, man. So check them out. I should have them linked down in the description. If not, you can find that video that I posted Sorry, guys. Kicked myself out. I treat my Sabenzas worse than I should, but they always clean back up pretty good at the end of the day when I can take care of them. But I do keep a Chris Reeve Knives Allen key in my pocket organizer just in case. There you go. Yeah, it's not bad to beat your knives up. What's bad is just not to maintain them and take care of them. Now, one thing I would say is bad, though, is having a dull edge. Don't be lazy. Sharpen your knife. You should not have a dull edge. There's no excuse for having a dull knife. If you say you can't sharpen, get a sharpener or send it to someone. So you got to do something, right? Because dull knives are dangerous knives, for one. And if you want to see your knife take damage, cut with it while it's dull, because that's when scratches on the blade become even worse. Because like, think about it. When your edge is nice and sharp, you just slide through things, right? But when it gets dull, now you're cramming it through things. So now the finish of your blade gets messed up. Like, it literally will make your knife get beat up just by having a dull edge. It's a good way to think about it, Haven. Great way to think about it. At least I'll have another knife. Hey, Jared, I got my MKM Maximo after watching your video and was sad as hell. But the detent was perfect for flipping and the lock bar isn't stiff. Only difference is mine is the carbon fiber tie. Yeah, I don't, I only tried the one and I didn't like it. I thought it was just overdone. The flipper tab was too slick. Everything was slippery. The lock bar was slippery. It just, everything just, like I said, it was just overdone. Things were too polished, to this, to that. It didn't have traction where I'd like it, but maybe they tuned it up after I said something. I don't know. Spartan, Harsey, or Sabenza? I like my Spartan Harsey, but I'd say if you're going to get the Spartan Harsey, send it in to get a regrind. If you get a regrind, then you're going to be neck to neck with the old Sabenza. But the Sabenza is going to be a better user, especially if you replace the thumb stud too. Get a new titanium thumb stud like this from Etsy. They're not expensive, but they make all the difference in this knife. Like, I hate their fucking thumb studs. I don't know why they haven't fixed that. Tim, do something about that. No problem. What's the point? Just got back from the air show. I got the signatures of all the Thunderbirds and the entire ground crew. It's pretty sick. Hell yeah, Texan. I wish I could make mower blades out of super steels to see which ones can go the longest. Yeah, so what you'd want is you'd want probably like a 3V, like if you were really gonna go crazy, or Magna Cut. Man, yeah, they'd be going for a while. The thing is that to resharpen them is gonna take a little bit longer, but as long as you're using a belt, who gives a shit, right? Don't flick the Sabenza or you void the warranty. Yeah. I don't give a shit. I don't think they would even void the warranty for me, to be honest. But yeah. So I do want to talk about fragrance of the day. So the fragrance that I'm wearing, I'm gonna talk about the one I'm wearing, but I'm gonna recommend another one just because I have two here that are super recommendations. But this one is Amber and Leather. So it's a knockoff of Ombre Leather from Tom Ford, which is a very expensive fragrance. This is not expensive. This is actually pretty affordable, but it smells like sweet, semi-sweet leather. It's so fucking good. The thing is that when you first spray it, it kind of smells like lipstick, just a little bit, but it goes away really quick. So as soon as you spray it, like you're going to have that and you're going to be like, oh, it kind of smells powdery. It kind of smells lipsticky. 3 to 5 minutes, it dies down. And what happens is this sweetness and this leatheriness comes out. And it literally smells like a semi-sweet, like suede. You know how you smell suede or smell leather? It has that same feeling. So grabbing some leather and smelling it, but like add some sweetness to it. It's really, really good. Real masculine, Phenomenal fragrance. I'm pretty sure I can link it. Maybe I'll try to grab it really quick for you guys. But if you guys want to check it out, I recommend it. I know there's a lot of guys that love the real version of this, which is ombre leather, but like I said, that's hundreds of dollars. This is, you know, not very expensive. But one that I've been really liking, because I want to recommend, these are, by the way, these are for fall. I'm trying to recommend fall fragrances right now. I've been freaking loving this Alexandra Brooklyn. I know I keep telling you guys about Game Time, right? Game Time is the best, but Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, this shit is something else, man. If you know Spice Bomb, it has a little bit of that. It's like something like that, but also like the Azzaro Wanted by Night. It's kind of like a blend between them, but it is so good. It's spicy. It's sweet. It's got a masculinity to it that's really good because of the spiciness. It definitely is not for hot weather, but if it's a rainy day, if it's, you know, like spring, fall, winter, you know, nighttime, something like that, like you could do it in the nighttime in the summer, but very sweet. But not obnoxiously sweet. Let me pull up the thing really quick. Go. So just to show you guys the thing really quick, we'll get through it quickly. Here it is. So it's woody, warm, spicy, vanilla, sweet, cinnamon, amber, powdery, and aromatic. That breaks it down perfectly. It's really, really good though. Like I said, it's it's an affordable fragrance. You get these really, really cheap. So, but the stuff that's in the bottle is very, very high quality. It's not like some of the other fragrances that are super expensive. It's exactly like those, just affordable. So, you know, when you smelt enough fragrances, you kind of start getting the idea of which ones are made well, which ones have the good quality oils and stuff in them, and which ones are very, very synthetic. Those are really good. Now, I have to recommend this because this is the one that's going to be good for all seasons. I say this all the time. Versace Dylan Blue. Get it. Get it, you sons of bitches. I'm actually going to link this one in the description because every single one of you in here should have this fragrance. Even if you don't like fragrances, get it, because I promise you, you will love it. Nobody can dislike it. And it is one of the best men's fragrances money can buy. And it's so affordable. It's so affordable. Like right now, let's see how much I can find it for. $54.50. I see some 58. Usually you can get it for like 40, but this is a big bottle. This is 3.4 ounces. I might be able to find it cheaper. Let me see. Maybe not. But anyways, I'll grab that one. But oh, here's one for 40 bucks, 41 bucks. Okay, here we go. Is that the real deal? Yes, it is. There we go. Oh, but that's 1.7. Okay, I'll put that one in there so you guys can test it. But I'm telling you, this is a banger of a fragrance. Like, it is so good. It smells like almost like in my opinion, I say that it seems like it has a cherry top note, like a black cherry, not just cherry, a black cherry top note. I don't think they have a black cherry in there, but Versace Dylan Blue, link down in the description. I'm going to show you guys on this thing. It is a beast mode fragrance. It literally is beast mode. It lasts 24 hours. And it's super, like, for women, it's super sexy. Women freaking love it. Like, it wins every single test I've ever seen where they do a street interview test where they take a bunch of people and have them, you know, smell fragrances. This one always wins for men. And then here it is. Here's the note breakdown really quick. Amber, citrus, fresh, spicy, musky, aquatic, warm, spicy, woody, fresh, aromatic, and smoky. It's an ambroxan fragrance, which is usually the most common note that's in fragrances that women like on men is ambroxan fragrances. And this is considered an ambroxan bomb. It is a masterful done ambroxan fragrance. Absolutely beautiful. I Like I said, doesn't matter who you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care anything. Try this. You will love it. It's, I'm going to put some on right now, actually. Like I said, though, it's beast mode. You don't need much. You need 1, maybe 2 sprays, maybe 3. If you know, maybe 3, but you can get by with just 1 or 2. Because you will smell like that, and the scent stays with it the whole time. It's fresh, has a hint of spice, not spicy, so don't think spicy, but it's got this black cherry semi spiciness, and then this super fresh shower jelly smell, blue fragrance. That's what that means. So it's a super blue fragrance, but very masculine, super masculine, very crowd pleasing. Everybody loves it. Nobody will ever smell this and say, I don't like that. At least I can't imagine somebody doing that. And if they did, they're lying. They're fucking liars. And I wouldn't believe them. And then I would actually be I'd question a lot of their motives after that. You should, Charles. You should. I'm telling you, you definitely should. First one you should try is Game Time. Don't even hesitate. Charles, do not hesitate. Get some damn Game Time. I'm actually, just in case, I'm going to put it down in the description right now. If you're wanting to try one and you're serious, I'm telling you, the Game Time, it's magical, man. It's super max. There we go. It's super masculine, but it has a what just happened? There we go. It has this. Oh man, don't tell me it's sold out. Oh, you might have to go to their site. I talked about it the other day. You guys must have bought it up. That's awesome. Good for you guys. I'm buying it up, but I'll try it one more time. You can go to their site and you can find it. That's what you should probably do. So just do that, yeah, because it's not coming up. So that means it's all sold out right now on Amazon. But just go to their site. They have a site, Alexandria. Game Time. Fucking try it. Trust me. You thank me later. Just thank me later. That's all I'm going to say. Thank me later. I got Dylan Blue on your recommendation. It is now my signature scent. Yes, it is. Really is the shit, bro. Dude, I'm telling you, man. It's something special. Like to me, I have a lot of fragrances, and this is probably my favorite smelling fragrance out of all of them. Now I have some other ones like Game Time. Game Time is a heavy hitter. So that one's like right there. And then I have some other ones that are super masculine fragrances, but they're more like, I like them, but they're not crowd pleasing, like my Mancera Red Tobacco. I love it, but only about 50% of people are going to freaking love it. But the people that love it are going to really love it. The people that dislike it are not going to like it at all. But like Game Time, everybody's going to love this. Just like everybody's going to love the Dylan Blue, but they are way different fragrances, complete opposites. They are nothing alike. But I'm telling you, Bama, if you get a chance, Alexandria Game Time. Trust me, bro. It's nothing like Versace Dylan Blue. So it's not like if you have this one, you shouldn't get this one. Like it's a completely different type of fragrance, but you're gonna love it. Trust me. 1 million Lucky. Yeah, that is my favorite sweet fragrance. I do have a sweet one here. This one's also really good. Stronger with You Intensely. I'm not sure. Did I send you some of this, Jones? This stuff is super sweet. It's lots of cinnamon, lots of spice, lots of sweetness, but it is so beautifully blended. I've tried some of their other fragrances, and they all are great. They're all mass appealing. This one, as far as right now, is my favorite one. You can see how much I've used out of it. This is definitely a winter, fall, and spring fragrance. This is not a summer fragrance, but this will make girls chase after you because it is like that. Sharpen your spoons, people. If my wife steals my Dylan Blue, I blame you. She won't. It's too masculine. She won't do that. It's not a woman's fragrance. It's not much. It's a man's fragrance. I don't think she will. I don't think she will. I think she'll think it's too masculine to do that, even though it has this, you know, that crowd pleasing. She might love it. She's gonna love it, but she's not gonna steal it because she's gonna be like, this is for a man. But what she's gonna do is she's gonna want you to wear it. There you go. Thank you, Bama. And Apex Alchemy, who also is into fragrances, says, I'm not a fan of most blues. I love the verdant type Vogue fragrances of that level, but smells like cedar without fragrance. So green goes better with my skin profile than aqua cologne. So I understand what you mean, right? Some blue fragrances, but you're a fragrance connoisseur. So that's the problem. And it's not a problem, but it's that you're going to appeal to unique things. That's just the way every fragrance person is going to be. They're not going to want the mass pleasing things. However, this is a special type of blue. It's not just blue. Put it this way, most blue fragrances are summer fragrances, right? This is a great winter fragrance. So think about that. I'm telling you, just try a sample of it. Just get a sample of it. I think you'll love it. It's something like if you love Sauvage, this is twice as good as Sauvage. Twice. 3 times. 3 times is good. I'm not going to promise you that. I won't promise you. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Because that's the way fragrances are, man. They're fragrances. There's really no like man and woman fragrance. There's masculine and feminine. But to be honest, like men wear feminine fragrances all the time and they smell outstanding. And you'd be surprised how many women get attracted to a man wearing I don't want to say feminine, like it's a girl's fragrance, but just where it's like more leaning towards the less musk. It's not really musky. It's not really heavy. It's not tobacco-y. It's not, it's not any of those. It's more sweeter, more lighter, more this, more that. So, I'm calling it feminine, but there's so many masculine men's fragrances that are like that, like this one, right? This one's really good, but a girl could wear this. A girl could totally wear this and would probably fucking love to wear it. But the thing is that it doesn't matter who wears it because you're good. Like if you're a masculine man and you're wearing this, you're going to come off as a super masculine man, but you're going to fucking smell like a dime piece. And that's basically what it does, Damn, that's a hell of a statement, bro. I'm a Sauvage guy. That's what I would say because I'm a Sauvage guy too. I like Sauvage too, but if I had only a choice to do one or the other, I'm doing Dylan Blue. I'm going Dylan Blue. Sauvage is the shit, but Dylan Blue's got it. And then if you have some game time on the other end, I think game time is better than Sauvage too. But game time is literally if you like this is basically Baccarat Rouge 540 and Creed Aventus had a baby. That's what it is. It's like those two are mixed. It's like 25% Baccarat Rouge and 75% Creed Aventus. So it's a sweet Creed Aventus, but damn it, is it good. Holy shit, is that stuff good. It's tough for me. I have to move it because what'll happen is it'll be sitting here and I'll fucking keep putting it on. And then the next day, I'll come over here, start working. And I'm like, oh, what fragrance am I going to wear? And I'll look over and it'll be sitting there. Yeah, I'm going to wear that one, but I don't want to wear it out. So, I try to mix it up a little bit. Mr. Neves, have you ever sampled the Terravantium line of knives? I don't know. I don't think so. I can't think of that. Has to combine with your personal scent. Yeah, I agree. Everybody's going to have their own personal scent that works with certain things over other things. But there's certain ones that I think are just mass pleasing. They're going to work for everybody just because it's that type of fragrance. I don't think people are going to be like, yeah, this isn't going to work for me. Now, there's so many fragrances that I agree, like this, right? Some people, this is not going to work on because some people are going to be like, that's just too sweet for me, right? Something, especially like this one. This one's really sweet. Some people with this one, they might say, I don't like spicy, right? So there's things that people will get away from. But then there's some that are just blended in a way that whoever wears it, it doesn't matter. It's gonna stand out in a good way. And like I said, the game time's like that. Stitch Ramlock with Sauvage. Stitch Ramlock. Yeah. There you go. If you like a Stitch Ramlock, you're gonna like Savage for sure. That's hilarious. It's fall time for pre-holiday hints. Well, that's what this is. This is definitely a holiday fragrance. You can obviously wear it. It's a date night fragrance. It's a date night, late night, Netflix and chill, holiday fragrance. That's what this is. And that is Armani Stronger with You Intensely. I recommend it for men that want a sweet fragrance, for men that want something that stands out, that's popping, but will get people's attention, like girls' attention. Because girls their heads will turn when they smell that. That's the way that is. It just like same thing with Lucky. 1 million Lucky. 1 million Lucky, that shit will have people breaking their necks because it's such a sweet, powerful smell that when you smell it, you start looking for it. Like even when it's on you, you'll have it on you and you'll get a hint of it, and then you'll have to pull up your arm and smell it again because it's just like that. So like if you walked by somebody, you'll see people like literally they'll be like, whoa, and then you'll see them like kind of getting a hint, and then they'll be starting to creep over to you, trying to get closer. And they whisper in your ear, "What are you wearing? I gotta know, please." What's funny is when you meet somebody who won't fucking tell you. It's like, "What are you wearing?" It's like, "It's my secret stuff." It's like, "What? What?" It's like, "Yeah, well, it's kind of my thing, and I don't want everybody wearing it." Like that's the way they think. They think if they tell you, then you're gonna tell somebody else, and then everybody in the neighborhood's gonna be wearing it, and they don't want that. There's people like that. I'm personally not like that, but I've met people like that are weird like that. Tom Ford's fucking fabulous. I have never tried fucking fabulous, but I heard it's really good. It smelled totally different on my mom, my aunt, me, 3 totally different scents. There are some that are like that. I think, like, there's some right now that I have in my collection that are totally like that. Like, and I know that because I'll watch people do a reaction to it and then I'll get it and I'll be like, that is not what it smells like, so I know right there, okay, it mixes on them a little bit differently than on me. And that's also where preference is going to come in and all that stuff. I've never tried fucking fabulous, but I've tried some of their other stuff, and I like Tom Ford stuff. Tobacco Vanille, which is a Tom Ford. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not a huge into vanilla, but I love tobacco scents. So I agree. I'm not a huge fan of that one either. But what I do like is the ombre leather. I got the fake one, the amber and leather. It's supposed to be a cologne of it. It's really good. But what's even better, way better, is the Musk and Hustle. Is it Musk and Hustle? Husk and Muscle? I think it's Musk and Hustle 201, which is an ombre leather. That's where it's inspired from, but it's way different. Like what they did is it's basically ombre leather without the lipstickiness, heavier on the sweetness, and like a more medium leather. It's seriously, in my opinion, is twice as good as these. Personally, for me, like that's just me. But it's to me, it's freaking amazing. And I honestly think Apex, you will freaking love it. I'm telling you, try this. Go on their site, Musk and Hustle 201, and get the nitro pen. It's not expensive. Get the nitro pen. You just dab it on you and then dab it over here. But I'm telling you, man, you'll love that one. That, especially if you like ombre leather, think about ombre leather on steroids. That's what it is. Sad to say, I used to wear cologne every day, but stopped a couple years ago. What would be one good all-around scent to pick up again? Versace Dylan Bloom. This is the one, Big Daddy. This is the one. You cannot go wrong with this one. Get it. And then after that, because you're going to be like, damn, Jared, that was such a good recommendation, then get Game Time from Alexandria. So get this one first, and then thank me, and then get Alexandria Game Time. They're two different fragrances. So, and you're going to love both of them. I don't have body odor. I haven't worn deodorant in 20 years. Well, just so you know, I mean, I don't know. Most people, a lot of people can't smell their own body odor because they get used to it. It's just the way it works. It's kind of like somebody who lives with a house full of cats. They can't tell if their house smells like cat piss. And I'm not talking shit about anybody, you know, it's just the way it is. You know, you get used to the scent. It's kind of like, say, if you've been working construction all day, right? You might know you probably stink, but you can't smell the level of stench that's coming off of you like the guy, you know, walking next to you can. Or like my Uber driver the fucking other day. Again, guys, again. My goodness. I can't understand it. I could not be a fucking driver for other people and smell like this. I did have one that was very pleasant the other day, but this particular one the other day, again, I got in and it was like I got slapped right in the face by fucking BO. And it's like on an obnoxious level. Like it almost makes me want to give them a bad thing, you know, you know, because you do the rating and stuff. Like it was almost like, man, I want you to tip me because I shouldn't even be in this fucking car. Like it's you feel like it's sticking to you. And I was wearing a good fragrance. So he could probably smell me. He's probably like, man, it smells good in here now. You know, it's probably what he's thinking, but he doesn't realize, yeah, but it smells like dog shit when I get out. And it was so bad. Like I said, you could tell that the guy just doesn't know. And you feel bad for him because you want to say something, but you also don't want to be rude or be a dick. But you know, he rides around in his stench all day, so he can't smell it. He doesn't know it exists. And that's why it's important, in my opinion, to, you know, obviously keep clean, shower. Good diet is a huge thing with body odor. If anybody has an issue with body odor, one of the first things you should address is your diet. Diet is like one of the number one things for like body odor, just like your skin. Your skin, like how healthy your skin is, like whether it's dry, like things like that, it's all from your gut health. So if you attack, and it's like usually the microorganisms in your belly, like in your stomach, if you eat the right foods and stuff for that, you can help that, and you won't smell bad, or you know, like you take care of your skin and lots of different things, lots of so many different things. But and trust me, dude, and I'm like the worst because like I've had some serious issues with skin problems and stuff. Like I've had severe like cysts and things like that. Like I've dealt with so much shit when it comes to my skin. So now, you know, I learned a lot about it, so I kind of keep an eye on it. But yeah, nose blind. Yeah, people get nose blind. And it sucks, man. It sucks, especially if you're a fucking Uber driver. Like you shouldn't do that line of work. You just shouldn't do it. Not unless if you're planning on, like, you should have car deodorized. Like, man, if I was a fucking Uber driver, I would literally, like, my car would be clean, spotless, smelling good, nice and fresh. So when somebody gets in, they want to tip me. Like they can't wait to tip me because I smell so good, rather than smelling like absolute fucking dog shit. What was that? There was a couple other things before we get out of here. What are we gonna do? Did you guys see that new cold steel? Supposedly it can hold like 1,200 pounds. That's crazy. 1,200 pounds. It does use the Able lock. Is that what it's called? Is it the Able lock, right? Or is it Atlas lock? What's the cold steel one on the Engage? Is that the Atlas? My brain's fucking up right now. Is it the Atlas or the Able? It's the Atlas, right? So whatever the cold steel one is, that's what it is. And yeah, they said at the Blade show, I seen this video, and they were saying 1,200 pounds that thing can hold. Thank you guys, the Atlas lock. 12, yeah, the Max 5 looks dope too, but this, I don't know. That's what I was wondering when he said that. Like I was questioning, so what does the Max 5 hold? All right, because I got to imagine it holds more than the 4MAX, right? Because it's going to have a bigger, well, no, actually, I'm wrong. I think the 4MAX would be stronger. You know why? Because the stop pin's bigger. I actually seen somebody else show that the stop pin's actually bigger on the 4MAX than on the 5MAX, which, you know, doesn't say that it's going to be stronger, but it's an indicator. I don't know if that's true or not, but supposedly that one at 1,200 pounds, that is a hell of a lot of weight to hold. Now, whether or not it can handle long-term impact abuse, I don't know. But if you just hang something from it, it can basically pick up a car. It affects literally everything, because it's just like your car, right? Your fuel, the things you put in it, your oil, your fuel, all those things affect the way your car runs, right? Same thing with your body. Everything you put in it affects the way it operates in every way, shape, and form. Down to your hair, your nails, your teeth, your eyes, your skin, your smell, the way you feel, the way you think, your mental health. Like, that's the first thing I say every time somebody's like I'm depressed or whatever. What are you eating? Like, work on your diet, because that's going to be like such a huge, think about it. How does your brain function? It functions from your diet, right? Like, that's how you're putting nutrition into your body, which feeds your brain and all that stuff. But if you don't have the right things in there, well, and I'm not talking shit about anybody, I'm literally just saying that that's what I first think of when I think of that. I think, because look into it. There's all kinds of research to mental health and nutrition. Jim with the 2 crackers. Thanks again for the VOSTEED from the giveaway, mate. Not a problem, brother. I'm happy you won, man. Good for you. Take a walk. If you can make something tougher than the Cold Steel 4MAX, wow. That's what I was thinking. But I'm curious now if the 5MAX is tougher, or is it about the same? Maybe it's just the same. Good diet even affects mood. Exactly like I was just saying. Yes, it affects mood. It affects everything, man. Everything. Even your sleep. Your sleep, man. I am here for knives, not health. Well, you're into the health section right now, so I'm sorry. Sorry, you're into the health section. One man. If you want to talk knives, give me a topic. But we are actually 3 minutes away from ending the show in most cases. Sometimes we go a little bit farther. I actually do have one last thing I want to talk about. And that is these pocket slips. Check these out. Check these pocket slips out. This one's got a pulley on it. Check this out. See the pulley? Wham. Pulls out your knife. You like that? You like that? And look, check it out. Matching. Yeah, buddy. Got all different flavors and colors. This is from John Powell. Him and his son are starting to make slips. Listen to that one. This one is the best walk and talk out of all Jack Wolves. Can you get them with a clip? Not yet. Not yet, but Jack Wolf has some with clips. So you can get them with clips. You can get this one. You can get this one with a clip. But he'll probably do that soon. He's, just getting started. But like I said, all different flavors. Look at this one. We got the pink and black. How about the black and pink? How about the black and red? Purple and black. So he can basically do any color. His stitches are nice and big, like really big stitches. If you look, really good quality stitching. He's got the octopus for his logo. Good shit. I'm very impressed with him. And I like matching my knives to the slip. Like, look at this one. Watch this one. Ooh, you see that? Look at that. Matching perfectly. It's another snappy one. Or foundation color for the ass. Thanks, man. Gonna check out that Versace deal in blue and report back. Have a good night. All right, Mark, definitely check that out. I linked it down in the description just so you know. If you're still in here, you can buy it right through that link. I would appreciate it if you guys do use my affiliate links, but if you can find it cheaper somewhere else, just go buy it cheaper somewhere else. And you probably can if you really look around, but regardless, though, if you're going to buy anything, just use my link. So I do appreciate it. It is the #1 way you can support the channel next to watching more content. Oh, Jared, real quick, remember that Samuel you were talking about in the past is M390, just heat treated closer to an S35 VN. Samuel. Oh, you're talking about that slim knife, right? It was a super slim knife. Yeah, I remember it. What about it? Any word yet on the pull tab one? So no, because he's got to tweak it right now. He's just getting started with it won't be long. He just has to tweak it a little bit so that the strap goes back in easier. Right now it's just something he's working on. This one's you know, it's a little, it just needs to be shortened. That's it. So he's going to shorten it. He's probably going to add some stitching around here, make it a little cleaner. This is a prototype. So he's going to clean it up, make it a little bit more professional and clean the strap up. But dude, brilliant idea, because then you don't have to have this cut out, right? You literally just like this and you just yoink. That's dope. It's a good idea, right? Didn't see that on the jack. They're not. So this is from John Powell. I will soon be getting his site link and stuff. He's gonna probably put a site together or an Instagram where you guys can go and get them from there. So him and his son are doing them by hand, 100% USA made. So I will get you guys the information very soon. And I have plenty right now to be able to show off. He's in the middle of fixing the prototype one, but as soon as he's got that kind of in the bag, I mean, look at these things are really good quality, man. And I love, personally for me, I love being able to match them. Like I'd want, like I don't want to shove something in here that doesn't like resemble it, you know. It just feels a lot nicer when it kind of resembles it, you know. Just feels good. You guys remember this one? Ooh, the Cyborg. This one was a surprise one. Oh, Jared, oh, I already said that one. So what do you say back? Is it real M390? I don't know. I haven't tested it. I have no idea. I think LTK might have some tests on his site. I think they did come back as real, maybe, but they're like super soft. I'm not sure. Go check Love Them Knives channel and just look it up and see if he's done tests on any Samuels, because he probably has. I got you. There's only one link of yours that ships here, which sucks. Which one, Peter? My Amazon link doesn't work for you, Peter? Which link works for you? I'm curious. Is it the Blade HQ one? It is soft. I've seen this video already. Oh, there you go. It's just soft. Which obviously there's no way they're going to heat treat it well for that price. There's no fucking way. You know, it just is what it is. I'm disappointed by the lack of folding Pucos. It's kind of like getting a Lamborghini that costs like $15,000, right? That's brand new. It's like you'd be like, what's going on? You know, and then when you find out that the engine is smaller or is like a fucking Cavalier or something, you're gonna be like, yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. Can you show an automatic? Do I have one sitting here? Yes, I got one right here. Bang. This is the Kershaw Launch 15 and Magna Cut steel, aluminum handle, USA made. I got a Protect pretty close by too. The PT, which the PTs are really awesome. These are really cool too. I like these. Nice, strong snap. Nice long handle. Very ergonomic. Love this blade shape. One of my favorites. Because it's just so useful. You know, you can use utility cuts, you could stab somebody, you could break down cardboard, you can cut straps, you can do anything with this blade shape. That's what I love about that blade shape. Look at this butt end too. It's pretty cool. I like that Launch 15. Oh, just ordered a Kubi Avenger flipper frame lock, 14C Sandvik black titanium. Very cool. I want to try some of the those new titanium ones that they have, like the the fuck is it? The damn it, I can't think of the name of it right now. The 331 or no 321, the KU 321 in titanium, the Royal, the Kubi Royal. I really want to try the frame lock Kubi Royal. Launch is better than Kalish. Never date a woman that eats feta cheese. There you go. Lessons from Battle Elf. Also, Polish custom knives, but out of my price range after Christmas. Polish custom knives that they'll ship to you. I bet they will. Yeah, of course they will. What was the other one? I didn't see the other one. What was it? Peter, let me find it. Peter. Nope. Amazon doesn't work. Only knives ship free. Not even Blade HQ, huh? Smoky Mountain Knife Works doesn't? Well, you know what? Polish custom knives, and I know they're probably a little too rich for your blood, but if you're ever in the market, that's a good place to get badass knives from. And the thing is that, like, and people don't even know this, I don't think, so I might as well say it. If you buy a Herman, or if you buy a Herman, say for some reason you're like, man, my detent is a little lighter than I thought it was going to be, or this detent is a little stronger than I thought it was going to be, he'll tune it. You can send it into him and he will tune it to your liking, to the exact way you like it. So if you ever buy a Herman, you have that ability to send it into him and him tune it to your liking, which is freaking amazing. Then what other company? Name a company that fucking does that. No other company's gonna do that for you. Elves do have a weakness. That's hilarious. My KIZER fighter is still kicking. This damn thing's kicking too. Man, I want to show you guys this one knife. Peace out, brother. Yeah, I'm about to kick off too. Guys, thank you guys for all the donations tonight. I greatly appreciate all the donations. You guys started it off nice and early, and you guys been supporting all night. I greatly appreciate that. Also appreciate you guys using my links down in the description. It massively helps the channel. Pretty much everything down there is an affiliate link. So anytime you use any of the links that I put down in the description, it does support the channel. So, and like I always say, if you're gonna buy something from Amazon, go to my Neevesknives store, because you can go to the top of the bar and write in whatever you want. You can order anything you want. It doesn't have to be a knife. It could be anything, and it'll give us a kickback. So, and it doesn't cost you more. It's not like it costs you more. And in many cases, look, sometimes you have a discount code and shit. What else? We have banger videos coming on the 16th. Just so you guys know, we have banger videos coming, period. We got actually a few bangers coming now that I'm thinking about it. But there's 2 banger knives that are dropping on the 16th that you guys are not going to want to miss. So make sure you guys will see it, because you guys are not going to want to miss it. So what else? Yeah, I think that's about it. Guys, I love you guys. Work hard. Stay tough. Until next time. Peace.